other dynamic that we often see with clients, and especially software vendors, is this whole agile mentality where you get this mentality of, hey, let's take an agile approach and just start deploying technology without really taking the time to define processes up front, because that's old school waterfall ways of deploying software, and that doesn't work. So let's do agile, and let's just go, we'll just build the software, we'll get feedback, we'll pivot, build an MVP, and all that agile talk that software vendors use. So why wouldn't a company just want to do that? Why wouldn't we just want to take a more agile approach and start deploying technology faster?
So I would say that it's fine to take an agile approach if you don't abuse the terminology, right? Agile is not the least amount of effort to deliver the smallest, teeniest, tiniest thing, because the smallest, teeniest, tiniest thing in ERP doesn't add value. So when you talk about minimum viable product, this isn't the smallest amount of work that I can do to get by to send you a bill. That's what agile tends to turn into in ERP, because it's poorly defined, and it's frankly a methodology that's abused. I've used agile methodology for projects in the past. I'm a certified Scrum Master. I do believe in it, but when we start talking about what it is this means in ERP, you have to know that there are no shortcuts in this. So when people are telling you, let's just get going, we're going to do an agile methodology, you can counter that with, then show me what the structure of your agile methodology is, because agile, this still needs to be structured. It still needs to cover all of the bases. And if we're just trying to get started, this is usually code word for system integrator says, how soon can I start billing you? We're going to use agile methodology. We're going to start on Monday. We're going to figure it out along the way. It's going to be great. It's going to be fast. It's going to be flexible. And then you're going to find out that you're missing things, because that flexibility without rigor is just a recipe for disaster. And some of our biggest expert witness cases right now that I'm involved in are agile methodology without structure, and nobody knows what the requirements even are.
Right.
And you find them out in testing. System integrator says, well, you added requirements. Like, you're right, I did, because you didn't document them 6 months ago.
Right.
So that's a problem for me, and that's something that we help a lot of clients see through the difference between what agile is and what a bad implementation is, we'll say.
Yeah, and it's interesting because there's so much of a tendency to want to take that agile approach, but at the same time, it runs counter to what most organizations are trying to accomplish with their transformation. So when they think about their goals and objectives as a company, usually they're trying to not just get technology in the hands of users and start trying stuff. Usually it's a broader, if you kind of look up at a higher level strategically, they're trying to accomplish broader goals. They're trying to standardize and create common business processes across the entire company. In a lot of cases, they want to consolidate functions, move to a shared service model. They call it, to where, instead of having 5 different accounting departments throughout the world, maybe you centralize to one accounting process with one accounting group. And those sorts of major changes to your organization, those major improvements you're trying to get to your organization, aren't going to happen in an agile environment without taking the time to do this implementation phase 0 stuff up front.